Welcome to Geek Philosophy, where we love geeky wisdom. We are now in our Guardians of Getica campaign. We've been playing for a little bit now, so welcome. If you haven't seen us before, my name's Brian, and this is Crystal.
Hi.
And Ethan.
Hello.
So this is our family game. We worked on the Guardians of Getica setting with many of you who have been following the channel and working with us and collaborating on it. So this is our chance to share it with you. So that's what these live actual play sessions are. Well, not live, we're recording, but you get the point. We're playing live at our house. You'll see us on camera here and in this format because it was the easiest way for us to record. Having the cameras around the kitchen table didn't really work. So we're going to get right into this and explain what Guardians is and then go into our character introductions in a second. But I just wanted to take a moment before we get started to say that we are safe and sound. We know some of you have reached out about the hurricane, and we were not impacted the way others in our area were. So we are all okay. Everybody is safe. Immediate family safe. Everybody's good. But having said that, our heart goes out to everybody that's been affected. So I will put a link in the description of this video so that if you care to donate to help with the hurricane relief funds that are out there, and you don't have to use that particular one, you can go with any one that you feel is the most beneficial. But I'll put something in the description so that way you can contribute if you have it available to contribute and help out those that are in need. We've had a lot of craziness going on lately with the storms, and I'm sure it will be much appreciated. Okay. Having said that, let me get into what we're doing today. So we're going to meet our Guardians. So what I would like you to do, Crystal and Ethan, is introduce your characters when we get to you. And I would like to have you describe yourself, however you would like to describe yourself as a character. And then what's your personality like? What can we expect to see from your personality as you play? And then why did you join the Guardians? This is, I think, a key part to understanding how the Guardians work. What's your purpose for joining the Guardians? So we're going to start with Crystal, who is playing Wisteria Flufferton.
Yes. Wisteria Flufferton is a rabbit folk keeper, and she has this gorgeous long dark hair. She's a darker colored bunny with this big bright streak of white hair to kind of show her age. She's an elder bunny. She's got many kids, many grandkids. She was running a alchemy shop whenever she finally got old enough, I guess, to be able to start perceiving the frights again. And then all of her memories came back from when she was a guardian herself and helping, her other guardians keep the kingdom safe. And so she decided that as an elder, she wanted to go back and kind of try to help with some of the missions. And she even has a granddaughter also at the academy. So she's kind of keeping an eye on her as well. But she is thoroughly enjoying herself again. It's making her feel like a spry bunny once again. But she's kind of bubbly, funny. She's quick. She can move really fast, and she's very upbeat and tries to be positive most of the time.
Very cool. Well, that brings us to Ethan and Evan Dragonclaw. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Evan?
So Evan is a nice guy. His friends are pretty much everyone at Guardians. Like he's like, there is not one singular kid at Guardians that is not his friend. Because everyone finds him as an interesting type of guy. Like he's nice, he's funny, he's like, I don't really know how to describe it, really.
So just pretty popular with everybody and just a friendly guy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
But kind of like Moon Knight in a way, where whenever he shifts form, he like his personality changes. He gets smarter, more cunning, more devious, fat, like, and also not just with his personality, he gets more physical like traits or attributes, like he's faster, he's stronger, and he also has these claws that grow out, and the claws were kind of like covered in like melted Asteri metal whenever he first joined. He also joined because the Frights were I wouldn't say invading, but they were in his in his local in his town, like in his local area, and they were stealing like a bunch of stuff like that. Like they would take lanterns, they would take food, they would take a bunch of random stuff. But they would all. But I'm trying to. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
So because they were stealing things and taking things from around there, it was bothering him, and he thought, well, I can do something about this, so he was going to join.
Yes. So it's
Got it.
not only just to help the kingdom, but it's also to help his like hometown and his village.
God, that's a great point. Yeah, so sometimes it's not just about like the bigger mission that you hear about. Sometimes it's about just helping your own people too, because they're having that impact that you think you can do something about. So that's awesome. All right, so now we know who our guardians are for this mission. So maybe we should hear the mission briefing.
Yes.
Awesome. So in Getica, we have Nexus boards, which are sort of bulletin boards that are magical and can provide mystical messages, especially for those that can perceive things that were intended for them. And one of the Nexus boards caught your attention, and this is how you're going to get your mission briefing today. So let's take a look.
Guardians, we need your assistance. An elder named Rowan Elmsworth has contacted us with urgent news. He has recently begun to remember his time as a young guardian. An important memory is about the location of his old guardian lorebook. It's safely hidden in the attic of his family's house, in Alder's Point. Rowan has entrusted his nephew, a boy named Luca Downing, to look after the house while he's away. Your mission is to make contact with Luca, retrieve the lorebook, and return it safely to Guardian headquarters. This book could hold critical lost knowledge for our fight against the Frights. Remember the Guardian's pledge. Spread the message. Reconnect with the Elders. Protect the realm.
All right, so now we have our mission. What are your first thoughts? I'll start with Crystal.
I just can't wait to see what the information the book holds. It sounds interesting.
All right.
I wonder what we're gonna encounter on the way, like what type of fright we're gonna encounter on this mission.
Yeah, great thoughts. So, well, let's jump in. So, for this mission, we're gonna start you pretty much in Alder's Point. So, I'm gonna explain a little bit about what the road is like to get there, and then you're gonna be off to your adventure pretty right away. So, here we go. As you journey along the Starlight Roadway, you realize that this is probably one of the best ways to travel, because this is a road that is enchanted to faintly glow like the stars after the sun has sort of been beating on it all day, and it captures that light. So it's a very safe way to go because it always has the light right underneath your feet as you travel. And it leads you to the village of Alder's Point after you've had maybe about a 2 or 3 day travel. You've had a chance to camp along the way, testing your skills with, some of the things that you've learned at the Royal Academy and through Guardians training of, building a fire and setting your tent, all of those things that you do, because to most people, you are sort of a scouting organization. They don't really know your purpose. So it's really common for them to see members of the Guardians just camping and going on an adventure. They don't know what kind of adventures you really go on. So as you get close to Alder's Point, you realize that, wow, this is a really nice place. It's surrounded by rolling hills and farmlands that you've seen along the way. And as you move into the town, you see that most of the cottages are really well kept, and they have gardens growing along the sides of them, and there's narrow dirt roads in between all of the different houses that people live in. And the village square is kind of small. It has a few market stalls, but interestingly enough, it does have a library. For a small village to have a library is sort of a luxury. And so you can tell people are pretty proud of it. You can see people walking in and out of it. You also see a blacksmith shop and an inn and sort of the normal things that you would see in a small town like this to be self-sufficient. A long way at the edge of this, you can kind of faintly make out that there's more of a larger family estate that is at the other side of where this main square is. It looks like a larger 2-story building. And, you know, it's sort of a part of the community, but a little farther away. But your first venture into town is sort of seeing people coming to and from and shopping in the square. But you're really kind of like surprised that there's so many people kind of walking into the library and checking it out. So with all of that, what would you like to do first?
Well, we need to find the Elmsworth estate, I guess, or the Elmsworth house, or Luca Downing. I would think.
Okay.
So,
do we know what?
Go ahead.
Do we know what Luca looks like at all?
You didn't get that information.
Oh man.
What
Okay.
I'd like you to do is roll an insight check, Ethan or Evan.
Both of us, or Ethan? Okay.
Let's do him because he was curious about that.
I got an 11.
Okay, so are you proficient with it?
No, I'm not.
Okay, that's fine. 11 is good for what we need. So you kind of have been on a few missions, and from the mission briefing, you get the feeling that this was information that Guardian headquarters was sent, meaning that they don't know all the particulars. They just got this information. So it likely was that Rowan, because he did say he was traveling, so he may have had his sort of reawakening or remembering when he was out of the country traveling. And so he sent word, it seems, back to Guardian headquarters just to kind of go, oh, now I remember, let's make sure that this thing gets safe. So they may not know what Luca looks like. They probably just got this letter from him. So it's a good question. You didn't get any description of him or where he might be.
Okay.
Are there people around us, or does it really just mainly seem like the library is busy?
There's people there are plenty of people walking around. You can see people shopping in some of the stalls. But the reason I pointed out the library is because it just seems like, wow, that's pretty cool. They have a library here. And, that's not something that you've seen in a lot of the smaller towns. Usually it's the bigger cities that have them. But having said that, yeah, there's plenty of people walking around and shopping. Some families that are going to and fro. You're on sort of an off day of work, so people aren't in their farms. They're kind of enjoying themselves inside the town.
Okay. Can I kind of look around and see if there's anybody that seems like they'd be open to a stranger talking to them?
Yeah, so what kind of people are you looking for?
Maybe an older person who would have known Rowan Elmsworth.
Okay.
Either somebody much older or somebody younger who would know Luca.
Yeah, so I'd like you to make a perception check for me to see if you can spot anybody that triggers that sort of idea for you. Just looking around through the crowd, see anybody that might be receptive to who might be able to talk to you.
I also rolled an 11.
Any proficiency bonus or anything?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, so, oddly enough, you don't see anybody that's. Most of the people that you see are either kids that are hanging out with their parents, and the parents are usually sort of in that adult age range. So nobody that would be an elder of the age of Rowan, but that doesn't mean that they don't. That other people couldn't know him, but nobody that's an elder. Although you do see more people that are farther away that you can't tell what their age is like how old they might be.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll just walk. I mean, with Evan with me, we could just walk up till we get close to someone, and I guess just start asking if anybody knows Luca Downing.
Maybe we could go to the library to see anybody that could know them.
Okay. You think we should do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go do that then.
Okay. So as you kind of walk through, you're seeing people that are, shopping and things like I mentioned. But then as you get closer to the library, you can tell it's kind of a good medium-sized building. It's not a big library, but it's a sort of medium-sized building. And there are a couple of stone benches that are outside of it on either side where there are people that are sitting and reading. You see, a couple of ladies that are sitting there and they're kind of drinking a cup of tea, reading their book. There is a younger boy that's sort of sitting and sort of pouring through a book, and he's kind of like going through stuff. But then every once in a while he'll glance up and look down the street towards the house at the end of the street, that big one that I was mentioning before. And then he'll kind of come down and start looking through his book again, going through the pages. And he's sort of, kind of a little bit messy hair, but just reading a little bit. And he's the only one that seems a little odd and out of place.
Do you want to approach
keep
him?
Going through the library if you like. Either way is fine.
Do you want us to go up and talk to him, Evan?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk up to the young man, and just say, "Hi, young fella. My name is Wisteria."
You scare me half to death, ma'am. I was so engrossed
I'm so
in
sorry.
my book. It's okay.
Oh.
It's all right. Sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, well, I was just introducing myself. My name is Wisteria Flufferton.
Ooh.
And
Wisteria.
we just made it into town, and we really are looking for a young man by the name of Luca Downing, or...
Why are you looking for
Are you okay?
Luca Downing? Wherever he might be.
Well, his grandfather sent us a message by courier and just asked us to check up on him.
I don't have my grandfather. You also remember it was it's his uncle.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. So you can tell visibly that he's just ultra anxious and nervous. And when you mentioned the name Luca Downing, he was like, "What?" So
I'm sorry. His uncle sent us to check up on him. And so we just came in from out of town and figured, while on our way, we would stop in and see if we could talk to the young man. Would you have any idea where he might be?
Who's that guy? And he points over to Evan.
Well, this is my young friend Evan. Evan, come on
I was
over
just
here
thinking
and
maybe
say
he was
hi.
Luca. Maybe he could have been the whole time. He's like, I'm hiding and I'm Evan, but
he's
I'm really
my companion. He's with me.
Oh.
Companion.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, Evan.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm Luca. You found me.
Oh, we found you. That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, sorry. I'm supposed to be doing something, but I can't remember what I'm supposed to be doing. And I keep thinking I'm gonna get in trouble. So I'm just a little, I don't know. I'm supposed to be doing something.
Okay.
But sometimes you forget stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, people forget things. It's no big deal. Like, forget to do chores every once in a while. It's not a big deal.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
I mean,
You're
you
right.
know what I'm talking about, my man, Evan. You know. You know exactly what it's like. Sometimes people forget things.
Okay, I see what you're doing here.
You're right. I just pat him on his shoulder. It's okay if you're forgetting things. It's all right. How old are you?
He's like as soon as you pat him on, he's like, "Whoa! All right, you're not trying to take me somewhere, are you?"
No.
I'm just listen.
Your Uncle Rowan sent us.
Uncle Rowan, he's down there in that house. He lives right down there, and he points to the house that is at the end of the road. He's right. You can go ask him.
Okay. Well, can you take us to him?
Sure. If you want.
I would love that.
Okay. So let's go do that then. I don't know why you're waiting around. I mean, okay. So he gets up, and then he starts walking a little closer down the road. Maybe goes and he's like, nope. And he turns around and starts walking back toward the library. I think I'm gonna stay here.
Okay.
Listen. I don't know if you know about ghosts, but his place is haunted, man. It's like nobody wants to go. He lives there. He lives there. And so if you want to go talk to him, it's right down there. I don't want to go there.
Okay. Well, you don't have to go if you don't want to.
I'm gonna force. I'm kidding.
Okay. Well, Luca, listen. It's okay if you don't want to go. You said it's haunted. Like, what's going on? Like, what can you like? How is it haunted? What's happening?
It just makes you feel weird being around there. I don't want to go there.
Okay.
I don't know. Mitch inside, the library guy, he has been there because he visits Rowan sometimes, but that's the only other person I know that likes to go there. So
okay, well,
you can talk to him. But
as he's talking, I'm just making wind noises.
Okay, roll a perception check for me.
Oh no. I got the lowest you could possibly get in all of history. A1.
Okay. All right, so you're making wind noises?
Yeah, I'm just making wind noises.
So you happen to, as you're going to make the wind noise, you happen to hear a faint whistling sound by the library. And doesn't seem like anybody's there whistling, but sort of a coming over by the library door. And then you think you see out of the corner of your eye, like a little twinkly thing, but you're not sure. You can't really tell what it was at about the same time, but that's it.
Okay. Hey, Wisteria, I might have saw something in the library whenever I was making those noises, and it sounded like someone was whistling. But it didn't look like anyone was there.
Oh, maybe this town is haunted. You know, he was saying there were ghosts. Maybe they're not just at the house.
Hold on. It might be the librarian. Okay,
It's the
so
librarian.
okay, hear me out. Hear me out. So Luca was talking about how his uncle's place is haunted, and the librarian visits there once in a while. So if it looks like it was maybe the librarian's behind this.
Okay. Do we want to go in and talk to him?
Sure.
Lead the way.
All right, so I'm just gonna read. You guys do what you're gonna. I'm just gonna read. And you,
so Luca, real quick, it's okay if we go down and visit your uncle, though, right? It's the house down the road.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, just knock on the door.
Of course, you could do that.
Okay. Thank you for helping us.
Yep. You hear a sort of a sound, both of you. Right. It seems like it's coming from right behind Luca. And then you also see a little starry twinkle.
What was that?
Ooh.
It's like just a little bleep, bleep, bleep.
What was that noise?
Both of you roll a insight check.
I got an 8. Please, Mama.
13.
Okay. Wisteria, you don't get a bad feeling from the little whistle and little twinkle, but it does draw your attention to Luca. And so I'd like you to roll a perception check for me.
7.
Okay. So you're not sure, but you just kind of glanced down at him again for some reason. Like it was like it was trying to get your attention over there at him before you left. And that was all.
Okay. Is it possible for me to mimic the sound with my minor magic?
Sure.
Can I mimic the sound and then ask Luca if he's heard it before? Luca, have you heard this sound before?
It's kind of familiar, but
okay.
I might have heard it by that house.
All right.
I don't know. And he's like scratching at his chest a little bit. When you see him scratch at his chest like this, you see that there's a little cord, like a little stringed cord around his neck, as if it's like a pendant that he's wearing or something. And Evan, roll a perception check for me.
Oh, Lord. 17.
Okay, with a 17, what you notice is as he's doing that, you don't notice his hand going like that. I mean, you do, but it's not so much his hand doing that, is that it's his shirt. You notice a key kind of like shape pushing out of his shirt, as if like when he's doing this, there's a key strung around his neck, like for safekeeping or something, and it's underneath his shirt. And as he's doing this, it's kind of pointed out, and it's pretty evident to you, Evan, that is a key that he's wearing underneath his shirt.
Is that a key on your, worn as a necklace on your neck?
Is that a what? What?
Is there a key on your neck? I could just see.
And he pulls, and he's like, "What the? I didn't put it there."
Oh, you found my key. Oh, can I have it back?
I mean, he takes it and he puts it like, is this yours?
Yeah, it's mine. I was doing a magic trick.
That's pretty cool. Like, so you can just like make things up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Next, put a necklace with gold coins on me. Come on, gold coin necklace.
Can I do some minor magic and just like pop
Roll
out
20,
some gold coins?
Yeah, roll
I'm
20.
like, well, I can't make a full necklace, but I'll pull something out, pull a coin out of his ear. Here.
If he was wearing a hat, you could be the rabbit that pulls something out of a person's hat.
Yes, exactly. Whoa, I can't make a necklace, but what about this?
Yeah. So what did you want to pull? Like a gold coin?
Yeah, I'll do a gold coin. Whatever I have currency I have in my gold coin or whatever.
So that is amazing. That's the wonderful wisteria. That's like your stage name, right? That's pretty cool, man. Why would you even need to work if you just pull the money out from places? You wouldn't even need to do anything. Anyway. I'm glad I found your key. Yeah. You should have fun with that.
Thanks.
Next time, if you go on the road, I'm just gonna sit here and read my book.
Okay, awesome.
That's
reading. Great. And I put the key in my pocket.
Did you just steal Wisteria? You thief.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You
that
criminal.
Is
No.
my key. Okay.
That's not your key. Wait. Is that the key for the house?
We don't know. We have to figure it out.
Then why'd you take it?
You hear it again, like a little, like shining little thing.
Can I pick it up and look at it and talk to it and just say, "Hi, little key. Are you trying to tell me something?" I mimic it.
And then you see the little sparkly thing. It's kind of like it's like twinkly stars. It's right above his head. It's not on the key, but just something, and then it's just gone as quick as it's was there.
Okay, well, I guess you want to go to the library and ask about what were we going to the library for? We were going to talk about the ghosts, or were you going to check out what you thought you saw earlier?
How about both? I mean, it's in the same place.
Okay. All right. You lead the way. You saw it. I didn't see it.
Okay. Okay.
So you're heading to the library?
Yeah.
Or inside?
I was just confused because I'm just like, what happens next?
Well, I mean, that's up to you. Are you both heading into the library? Is that what you want to try?
Yeah, I'm following behind him because he's the one that saw the thing by the library.
Okay. So you head to the front door. It's just, handful of steps away. It's not that far. And it's sort of modest. It's sort of a brick or stone and wooden building. And there's a nice polished double door there. And so when you go through, you can see that there are people kind of like walking around and checking on books. It's small enough that it almost seems like a bookstore, but it is definitely a library where people are going up to a desk. And you see a man sitting at the desk and sort of darker skin, white hair and beard, and he's sort of checking out and stamping things and checking people out with their books as they come up. And so that's who you think might be Mitch that Luca was talking about, since he said he was the librarian. So what would you like to do?
Okay, I walk up. Hi, good sir. My name is Wisteria. Would you happen to have any books on alchemy?
Ooh, alchemy, of course I have. And Wisteria is such a nice, interesting name. I am
Thank you.
very pleased to meet you, madam. Let me see. And he opens this ledger, and he's like looking through alchemy. Yes, it's over on the shelf over there. You can find it in the section that has an A on the bookshelf. I try to do things alphabetically.
Oh, amazing. Awesome. We will definitely have to check that out. Young Luca outside, though, told us that you were a friend of Mr. Elmsworth. And he said we should come in and speak to you about maybe going and visiting him.
But Rowan's not in town. He's
not?
He's been traveling for quite some time. My name is Mitchell Vale. I am just a wonderful place that I sit in is mine, you should say. Well, not mine per se, but I take care of these books. I love the books. So
wonderful.
Yes, it's so. But he's been traveling for quite some time now. And you see him like kind of scratch his chin a little bit and his beard, and he's like pulling the air, and he's like thinking. And as you do that, Evan, you notice that he's got a string tied around his finger. Not like too tight, but just tied around one of his fingers. And he's like, he left quite a while ago, and his nephew was supposed to be taking care of the home. He sits... listen, I love readers as much as the next, but he sits outside reading the adventure books over and over, also in the A section, and he just doesn't take care of the house the way he's supposed to, so I'm afraid he's not going to be happy when he returns, Rowan.
So I have 2 questions for you, Mitch.
Yes, and you are?
Evan. My name's Evan.
Nice to meet you, young man.
So, first thing, what was his name? Luca
Are you
said
having
that
problems remembering things?
No, I was just about to say his name and then you talked.
My apologies.
I'm sorry if I came off a little bit offensive.
Not at all, my boy.
So Luca said that his uncle was here, and what's that string tied around your finger?
Oh, this. It is. I have found that it helps me remember things. It's important, when Rowan and I were much younger, we were a part of a certain organization that would investigate things. And, one of the things that stuck with me, somehow, maybe through the books, was the fact that there was this old rhyme that we were told when we were young: tie a knot, a double knot, and you won't forget what you've got. Tie a knot, a double knot, you won't forget what you've got. So it helps me remember things. Too many people are forgetting things lately. So, yeah. So that's why I asked if you forgot what you were going to say. Maybe you should get a string and tie a knot, and you'll remember. It also protects you against these certain things that most people don't. Wait a minute. Both of you, and he kind of looks. Pardon me, madam. It's never good to ask a lady her age, but let me ask, young Dragonclaw.
How do you know my last name? I never said my last name.
Oh, sorry. Then that's my fault. It was Brian. I thought you said your name was Evan Dragonclaw.
Did you just call me
Young
Brian?
Evan.
You just called me Brian.
No, I said it's my
No.
fault as Brian.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said my fault, Brian. My fault, Brian.
No, it's
Sorry.
my fault as Brian. I messed up. I thought you said your name was Evan Dragonclaw. So, my friend Evan, do you know of the creatures known as frights?
I definitely don't. Wink, wink.
I see. Well, there are these creatures known as memory mists.
I was.
Ooh.
Oh, wait. You're.
And they can affect your recollection of things. They can even appear to be things that they are not. So, it is important that you remember as much as you can, because forgetting can be problematic when you come to battling these creatures. So, again, I recommend you, and he goes underneath the counter where he's got the books, and he takes a couple pieces of ribbon and that he uses usually for the books or bookmarkers and stuff, and he hands them to you. He's like, you may wish to, and he shows his hand with the tied around his finger, just for protection.
I want to do.
Mr. Dale,
Sorry.
does it have to be on your finger?
That's a good question. I don't know, but it's always the way it's been done. But I would think, maybe it could be around your wrist or your hand, or for you, maybe one of your ears. I don't know.
I put a bow on my ear and double knot it with a really pretty, bow.
Yeah.
I'll like double knot it around my finger, and then I'm just gonna keep it as like almost like I guess you would call it trademark, basically. Like I would have it. I'm gonna have this on for the entire series.
Okay.
So you're
I'm
gonna leave it
going
on.
to
Okay, gotcha. So
Yes,
that was your
okay.
thing. Yeah, that's smart. Okay. It could. So now that you've asked, is there anything else I can answer for you, or just the alchemy book over there?
We actually, you were talking about my age. I have grandchildren, if that clues you in. We were actually on a mission from Mr. Rowan, and we were a little concerned when his nephew said that he was in town, because we received a letter from him asking for us to just check up on everything. So we're hoping to go down and visit the house to see if some of the things he's secured are still there and secured.
I see.
I have a question. Do you have any books on Dino Shifter people?
That is rare. I don't think I do, good sir.
And
But
like
I would love one. If you come across one, I'd love to hear.
oh well, actually, and I like shift part of my body and I show him.
Woo, amazing. He takes out a book and he's like,
Maybe you can write a
in his
book on
notebook.
Dino Shifters.
Interesting. That must come in handy.
Yeah, it does in some situations.
Well, if you would, pick out the best book you have on alchemy and have it waiting for me. I'll stop back by. We'll stop back by on our way out of town.
Very good, very good. I will do that.
Thank you for your help.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And tie a knot, a double knot. What was the rest?
So you won't forget what you've got.
So you won't forget what you've got. That's catchy. And then I guess we walk back out and what do you want to do, Evan? Do you want to go to the house now?
Go to
I kind of
house.
feel like I feel like I would want to go back over to Luca and tie something on him, but I don't know if that would really make much of a difference.
Well, you technically did have something tied on him if you did not take it. He had something tied around his neck.
That's true, but it was...
But he still forgot about it.
When you look at it, it was sort of a clasp. It was like it had a clasp on it. It was like a cord that clasped at the back. It wasn't tied at all. It was a good point, though, Evan.
Okay, well, what would you like to do? You want to go to the house?
Yes.
Okay, so not Luca going to go... Okay. Got it.
Yeah, let's just... I guess we'll just go to the house.
Okay.
House.
So, as you have, gathered some information, and now you're heading towards the house. So you're leaving the village square, approaching the house, and you can see, as you get closer, that there's sort of overgrown garden vines that are climbing the stone walls. They've just gotten sort of out of hand with nobody taking care of it. So it looks like it hasn't been cared for in a while. And a lot of the plants are dry, and there's weeds poking out of the cobblestones, and the windows are dark. There's nobody inside that you can see, as far as like being aired out or anything like that. So it looks like it's been left for a while, which makes sense based on what Mitchell was saying about Rowan being out of town. So it's larger and sturdy, but it seems almost lonely. Like it almost has a lonely feel to it. As you get closer, you sort of, hear a faint, and then you see a little sparkle by the front door. And it's almost as if the house feels like it's welcoming you.
Aww. I just...
Wait.
All right.
Maybe like... Never mind. I don't know what I was going to say. Sorry.
I just approached the front door, and I kind of put my hand on the door jamb, and I kind of rubbed the wood a little bit. And knock to see if... I mean, we've been told someone's there, then we've been told somebody's not there, so I'd like to at least knock to make sure, see if anybody's there.
Yeah,
so I take my staff and I just bam, bam, bam.
Why you gotta be so hard on the door?
So knocking on the door, you hear, but you don't hear any. You wait a few minutes. Nobody seems to be coming to the door. You don't hear anybody inside. You don't hear any rustling of anything. There's nobody calling out to you. It seems as if no one's home.
Okay. I'll try the doorknob to see if we can open the door.
So it's locked. There is a keyhole by the door.
My trusty key that I took off of it.
Oddly enough, it looks like it
they
will.
sucked.
It will go in. Yeah.
They sucked.
So I put it in the door and turn it and try to see if it will unlock the door.
Unlocks, and the door opens a little. If you want to, well, as soon as it unlocks, if you want to go in, you can go.
Stick her little bunny head in and it's like, "Hello, is anybody here? Hello, Mr. Rowan. We're just coming to check up on you."
Yeah, so you don't see or hear anybody inside. It's a little bit dim in there. So light coming in. It's still daylight out, but there's light coming in through the open door, but you can't really see too much. It looks like it's the foyer. Right? It looks like it's the foyer of the house.
Is there any way to turn some lights on?
Do you have any
But
lights?
it's kind of dim.
Yep.
I mean, I have
Don't you have the
flame
torch?
burst.
Don't you have the torches though?
And I do, but I also have minor magic. I don't know, like if there's lanterns or, something that I can light, I can do that.
Not from what you can see now. You'd have to go inside to see if there's anything there.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, then I guess
if
I'll
you're just
pull out a
poking your head in,
torch
you
and
can't really
light
see
one.
anything. So,
okay. Well, I'll open the door and go in.
Can I do like a creative? Can I before Wisteria lights it, can I do a creative action where like I kind of just with my hands I dino shift my I have my claws, and since it still has the metal in it, I rub my claws together really fast and it makes a spark and it lights up the torch.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so you're just kind of seeing if you can light the torch with just your claw. Yeah, that sounds cool. Let's roll a 20 on your creative action to see if we can get that going.
An 18.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
and the torch lights up.
I've got the torch.
Very cool. And so are both of you heading in?
Claws.
I'm gonna go in, yeah.
Are you heading in too?
She has the only available light source that we know of, so I'm gonna follow behind her.
Okay. So, the front door, as you kind of go in, it has this little bit of a soft creak to it, and then you step inside, and it's, now that you've got the torchlight, you can see it's sort of a slightly dusty foyer, right? And so, you both walk in, and as soon as you're inside, the door behind you closes, and then it seems to disappear. It looks just like a wall now. There is no door there. And it seems
I'll be in a magical labyrinth.
It seems that the room is small. There's a couple of chairs and a little table holding some plants that look like they need water. They're kind of dried up right now. And then there's also a little coat rack with a nice coat and hat hanging on it. And then you notice 3 paintings on the floor to your left. They're kind of just leaning against the wall, even though the wall above them is empty and there's enough space for them. There's just 3 paintings just leaning on the wall. And there is a door on the opposite side of the room, which will likely take you into the main areas of the house, but that's closed for now. And that's what you're seeing as that door closed behind you.
Okay.
Can I go over and see if the other door will open?
So, yeah, so you walk over, and the door seems to be locked, and there's a keyhole, but it's locked.
Does the key that I used on the front door work?
So you try it. It's not the right size or shape.
Okay.
Is there any food in the room?
So do a perception check for me.
I got an 8.
Nope, just some old dried flowers.
I mean,
Evan, look around and see if you can find any way for us to get out of this room. I'm feeling as if what Luca told us about the house being haunted might not have been fabricated.
The most exaggerated thing of all time.
Let's look around and see if we can figure out a way to get out of this room. Any kind of key, any kind of latch, anything. So I start looking.
Okay.
To see if anything's out of place.
Yeah, so you roll a perception check or an investigation check, for me, and then Evan, do the same as you're checking things out.
I got a 15.
Okay.
3.
All right, so Evan, what catches your eye are the paintings. They're sort of leaning there, but what you notice is there are on the wall, you know how sometimes things can fade or it looks a little bit different when light shines on it, where you can see on the wall that there are 3 distinct sort of places where the paintings probably should go. And there's actually little hooks, like posts on the wall that they could go on. But they're not on them, they're sitting on the wall. On the floor. Sort of like this.
Oh, okay.
And the only one that you can see now is a painting of a couple people that are just there. And then the other ones you'd have to go through to see what they look like. But they're just kind of stacked like that.
Wait a minute. Hold on. This could be a puzzle. And we have to get the paintings in the right order.
Okay. Well, show me. Show me how to do it.
Okay, so we're probably going to have to find the right combination for the paintings. So maybe put the couple in the middle. Can we look at them all first? Can we look at them first? Let's see what we've got. So
Okay, how do
is
you
there
want
a
to
way
look
to
at them?
kind of spread them out?
Okay,
yeah,
you want to
just
spread
like
them out?
kind of take them like off the stack one by one.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Wait, I know. I think I know what this is. I think this is like as he gets older, they'll like in the line, like the one that's in the middle goes in the very first slot that's in the that all the way to the left, and then as it looks like they get older, it moves to the right. So like put the young man on the very left, put the like and then put the like 30 like the people that look like they're in their 20s or 30s in the middle, and the people that are the old ones in the very last.
Like that?
Let's see if it works. Yeah.
Okay, and so are you going to put them on the wall or on the floor like this?
On the wall.
Okay, so you put the first one up, and you put the second one up, and then the third one up. And as you put the third one up, they go shudder and fall down.
Oh no!
So is it wrong? Maybe it's the
That would
opposite
be
way.
wrong.
Maybe it's the opposite way. The young one
Okay.
goes on the very right, the older one goes on the very left, and that one stays in the middle.
Like that?
Yeah, maybe that one will work.
Are you putting them on?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear a nice cheerful whistle and a little sparkle, and as it sparkles, goes through, you hear the whistle and sparkle again, and it's over near one of the chairs. So you hear it right over by one of the chairs that's on the other wall across from this one. And yeah, so out of the corner of your eye, Evan, you see it like sparkle again by one of the seats of the chairs.
I just saw something by one of the chairs. It was like a little tiny sparkle like we've been seeing.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go look. Let's go look and see what it could be. Show me which chair.
Which chair did I see it in?
So there were two on the opposite wall of this one. They're kind of like sitting there by a little table, and you saw it on the one on the right.
I think it was the one on the right.
Okay. Well, let's go look. We'll go over and look at it.
All right.
All right, so you go over. You can see the chair. What are you doing to investigate?
I am looking under it and around it. Trying to see if I can see anything.
Hey, I mean Wisteria. Are you in?
No.
Are you proficient in investigation?
No.
Oh,
But you can still try.
Well, I kind of
No.
want. I want to do
Yes,
an
I'm gonna
investigation check.
try to look around and look.
Okay,
I
so
rolled-
go
I
ahead and
rolled
roll an
an 18.
investigation for me.
Yes, I rolled an 18.
All right, so as you're going through, you kind of look under the chair, nothing there. You look behind the chair, nothing there. You're just like patting things around, and then you realize, oh, the cushion lifts up. And as you lift up the cushion, you see a key sitting right underneath the cushion of the chair.
Oh, Evan, come and get this key.
Yoink. Wait, so you said that there's a door in there, and was it locked?
Yes.
It was locked, yeah.
Okay, I want to put the key inside the door.
Okay, so when you put this key inside that lock, it fits perfectly. And if you turn it, it opens the...
Awesome.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to hear from our patron sponsors and learn a little bit more about this. And then we'll be back after the break, so stay with us. This video is made possible by the patrons of Geek Philosophy. Through your support, we've been able to keep the Guardians of Getica project going, and we can't thank you enough. If you haven't signed up already, please check it out. As a patron, you'll receive early access to our content, exclusive polls, and shoutouts and videos just like this. You'll also have access to digital downloads of our adventure kits. It's our way of sharing the magic with you. Thank you for being a big part of our journey and exploring our love of geeky wisdom. All right, we are back. So, you just opened or unlocked the door. Are you gonna open it and move forward?
Oh, can I kick it down, like, to open it? Can I kick the door down?
You want to kick his door down? Okay.
Yes, I very much do.
Okay. Roll a attack on the door.
Wait, I roll d20, right?
Yep. And if it's an attack, you get to add your proficiency since you're so good at attacking.
Okay, 17. Do I roll the d6?
So you roll 17 total. So yeah, so you kick at the door and it flies open. And it busts the hinge or the lock a little bit where it was locked out, so it breaks that part of the door off, and it opens into the room. And so as you do that, opens up, and then some dust flies, and you can kind of see that this must be the parlor. There's some sheets covering a lot of the furniture, probably to protect it, and he must have placed them there to keep the dust away while he was gone. And you can see like a fireplace in the corner and bits of the table, or not table, but bits of the door that have flown away when you kicked it open into his parlor. And then you can see in the center of the room, there's this small table that has a chair on either side of it in the very center of the room. Little cozy table, and it's set up like to play chess. There's a small chessboard right in the center of the parlor, and that's what you can see from where you are. You'd have to get closer to see more, but you can it looks like a small room. Now, having said that, from this room, there's sort of hallways on either side that lead into the other rooms in the first floor of the house. On the other side of where you're standing right now are the stairs that go upstairs. So, he said that he left it into the attic. So this looks like where the second story stairs are, or the stairs leading to the second story. And from what you can see here, the halls off to either side of it are for rooms on the first floor. What would you like to do?
I think I kicked the door down a little bit. Just a little bit.
Young Evan, we don't need to destroy his property. Hold on.
Okay, and
okay.
Evan,
so I just kind of minor magic
used to be the nice guy at school, but now he's the break thing
I
guy.
like kicking doors down for it's satisfying. Okay, I don't know why, but it is.
Door kicker.
I'm just saying.
I try to minor magic the stuff if I can to make it not look so broken down. But I guess we walk into the room.
Okay.
Kind of look around, see if we see any. I know we had a puzzle in that first room, so I try to see, is there a door for the like stairs that lead up to go to the attic, or is
there's no door for the stairs to go up. It's there's nothing stopping you from going up those stairs right now if you want to walk toward the stairs. There's not another door moving into the next room.
Okay.
You want to play some chess?
He said it was up in the attic, so let's look around the room really quick, and then maybe we can head up the stairs.
But first, do you want to play some chess?
So, roll a perception check.
We probably don't have time for that.
Evan, roll a perception check.
Nat 20.
Okay, so you notice when you're glancing over at the chessboard, now that you're kind of in there and you've seen everything, you notice the chessboard and it seems like there are some missing pieces. It's set up for opening position, but it seems like, as just glancing over, you can see this, that there's a couple missing pieces from the chessboard.
Hysteria, on both sides, the king and the queen are missing on the chessboard.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we could look around really quick and see if we can find them. Start looking. I got the torch, so I'm trying to, I'm looking around just on any of the other tops of tables or counters
As you both move closer into the room, the shadows shift and the missing pieces suddenly appear, but they don't appear on the board. 2 life-size kings and life-size queens appear, shimming with the purple translucentness. You can tell the dark queen and the light queen, but they are now in full form. The kings have large scepters in their hand, almost like cudgels, and the queens are holding long staves in their hands, staves, and they are moving towards you. Roll for initiative.
Well, I mean, in this game, probably the queens are going to be a little bit stronger than the kings because that's how it is in chess. So yeah.
All right, what'd you get for your initiative?
14. Wait, do I add proficiency? Am I proficient in it?
You should check your sheet because you have stuff about that, right?
Oh yeah. Ooh, 17.
Okay,
5.
17. 5. All right.
Yes.
Evan is going first. I will be going second, and then Wisteria, you will be going third. Evan, what do you do?
Okay. I immediately start taking off my sword and shield, and I is there a reference you remember how you put the cave up, the cave map climb?
Nope.
Just
imagine
no map
you
of
were
it?
in a room with a small little table in the center. The rest of it's pretty empty. There's some furniture along the walls, but they are standing between you and the chess set.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna move up towards them, and then I'm going to slash at them with my sword.
Who are you moving to? And so you move. Remember, you have 3 actions. So 1 was a move. Now you're going to be attacking, I guess. So who are you attacking?
I'm going to attack the White King.
White King. Okay. So the kings are sort of in the front ranks, so that's good, and the queens are standing a little bit behind each one of their respective kings. So you move over to the White King and you attack with your sword. So roll for your attack. Don't forget your proficiency.
I got off 22, sorry.
22, great. And then you get to roll damage, so that's a 6.
Ooh, please be high. I got a 5.
Awesome. So you reel back, you hit with your sword. He tried to block with his big scepter type cudgel and couldn't block it, and it went through. And you see little mist move away as you are doing that. And as you do, and as you make your first hit, you see... Ooh, let me see, make sure. Nope, you're good. So as you do, you see that it shimmers into sort of a cloud-like mist of energy, and then it reforms into the king. So you definitely did some damage as you're doing that. So, 5 points of damage, but he's still up and fighting. And what's your third action?
I'm still standing. Let me check what I can do. I'm gonna defend, actually.
Okay, so tell me how you're gonna do that.
So I'm just gonna I wouldn't like. I'm just gonna like kind of almost like crouch, kind of. So like my legs aren't like my lower legs aren't vulnerable. And I like shield and I like kind of get down and then hold it in a diagonal form. So like if he blows like from up top, it won't be able to hit me.
Okay, so he will be at disadvantage on his next roll against you. So, got it. It is now the chess piece's turn.
Oh no!
So the knight that you tried to hit swung down at you and hits you, or tries to hit you, but he was at disadvantage and missed you. So luckily he had disadvantage because he rolled a 19 first and then a 3. So he missed you on his attack, but then the queen behind him tried to attack you, and she reached out with her staff, and a bolt of energy comes from the staff and hits you, Evan, for 6 points of damage.
Jesus. Wait, what's the max health?
It should be
right
written
now?
it should be written on your hit points at the top.
But I left it. It left it whenever I left it whenever I was damaged last game. So I don't remember what the max is.
15.
15 is your
15.
max. Yeah, you have to reset each game.
So how much did she hit me for?
6. Wisteria, does a 10 hit your armor class?
No.
Okay, so one bolt of energy flies past you and misses you, and then the other king moves towards you to try to hit. And does a 14 hit your armor class?
Yes.
So he tries to lift up with one side of this big cudgel, and 4 points of damage for Wisteria. And then now it is your turn.
Okay.
I have 11 left. Okay, so I am going to move up behind Evan. So that I'm closer to him, right? Because he has that aura thing, right?
The protective presence. Yeah.
Yep.
What does it do?
So Evan, if she's moving close to you, I need you to roll your proficiency dice, please.
I got a 1.
Okay, you get 1 extra on your armor class.
Woohoo! That helps.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it helps.
So I did my move, and I have 2 more things left. I am going to attack, and with a flame burst.
Okay.
To the queen, because she's got magic, right? So I'm gonna flame burst at her. So let me see. 17?
Yeah, 17 definitely hits. So,
and that's a D6.
Your magical flame. How does the flame come out? So go ahead and roll your D6 for damage.
So I roll a 5. So I still have the torch in my hand, but I'm gonna lift my staff because I have my staff in my other hand, and I'm gonna point it at her and shoot a little fire flame at her from my staff, almost like it's a wand,
Yeah, and then you rolled a 5 for damage.
Yes.
Okay, and that was the same that you did too, wasn't it, Ethan? You got 5 on yours? Yeah. Okay. So same type of thing. It burns through, and then a little bit of smoke, and then you see it turn into this cloud, and then reshape into the form of this thing. So now what both of you kind of are already getting is that what Mitchell said about them doing illusions, this might be part of it, but it's still manifesting into something real. So it's not just illusory, like it's actually physically harming you. So it's causing physical damage. So you actually got hurt with it. So by the energy drain effect of what frights can do. So it is now Evan, it's your turn again.
No, I have one more.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wisteria, you have another action. Sorry.
Yeah, I have one more action, so I'm going to help him. I'm going to help my friend and give his next roll advantage.
Awesome. How are you going to do that?
I'm just going to... I don't have a free hand because I've got two things. So I'm just going to say, you got this, Evan!
Okay, so
Give us some inspiration.
You feel inspired, and you feel like this jolt of camaraderie and friendship. And so, Evan, you feel like you're going to do really well. So on your next attack, you have advantage. You get to roll twice and pick the best of the two if you attack. And so what would you like to do, Evan? It's your turn.
I would like to attack, and I already rolled.
Okay, all right. What'd you get?
I'm sorry. So that's I got a 13 and a 2. I'm picking 13? The 13.
Yep. And then because your attacks, you also get your proficiency dice, right? So don't forget to add that.
I got a 15.
So total of 15? Okay, awesome. So go ahead and roll your damage. You definitely hit.
I got a 2.
All right. 2 points of damage.
I'm attacking at the same target that I was attacking at, which was
Got
the black.
It. So what does your attack look like?
My attack?
Yeah. What's it look like what are you doing?
Oh, so what I want to do is is this gonna? It's probably gonna. From the way you're asking this, it sounds like
I'm asking because I just want to hear how you describe your attack. What is?
I want to jump up and with my sword and then slice him in half all the way down the middle.
Okay, so it comes up and then like I said, he turns into that mist, and it goes and it dissipates. So basically, you're cleaving the king all the way in half, and then the mist goes and it starts to go together, and then it goes and it dissipates completely, and the king is down. When that happens, it falls on the floor is the chess piece of that king. Now so you did your attack, so that's one action. You get two more actions this round.
And do we have 2 queens and a king left?
2 queens and a king.
Okay.
Hold on. Sorry.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
One of my earbuds fell out.
You were ironically headbanging in your Metallica shirt.
Yeah. Am I able to do sweep one of the chess pieces off their feet, just basically hit them at their feet?
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Go ahead. I would call that a creative action. Go ahead and roll a 20.
I got another nat. Nat 20.
Oh, awesome. So
Yay!
Knocks it down. I will say that because of that, in addition to roll a 5 for damage, because you're going to get some damage from the fall and from the attack. What'd you get for damage?
3.
3? And who were you going for?
I'm going to go for the Black King. Actually, no, I'm going for the White Queen, sorry.
Yeah, so the queen was right there. So great. So 3 damage to her. And then she's on the ground, which means she now has disadvantage on her next attack, and she can't move until she gets up. You have one more action, right? Because that was your second one.
So the queen technically, she has to get up, and that's technically an action, correct?
Yeah. So that's her move, is to get up. Yep. So she has disadvantage if she attacks.
That wastes an action for them, so
yep.
Okay.
So what were you like to do
now? Since basically the White Queen is immobilized until she gets up, I'm gonna go ahead and start. How far away is the Black King?
If you move over there, you could do it within your movement. So the Black King is over by where Wisteria is.
Oh, so can I still attack them?
Wisteria moved. So
yeah,
it's where she was, closer to where the door is where you came in.
Oh, so I can't really hit them.
You can move to them.
You can run, but you only have one action left.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay where I am, but I think I'm gonna help I'm gonna help Wisteria.
Okay, how are you going to help?
Let me think. Hold on.
So this will give her advantage on her next roll.
I'm gonna like kind of do what she did, but instead of like pep talking her, I'm gonna basically taunt the enemy, and then I'm
Okay.
just gonna say, "These enemies are the weakest enemies I've ever faced in my entire life."
Okay, and so with your taunt of they're the weakest enemies, you get Wisteria. You will have advantage on your next. Meanwhile, my turn. White Queen stands up, and she moves to attack you, or she tries to attack you, and does a 12 hit your armor class, Evan?
No, it does not.
So the energy came, and you're able to like move it away with your shield, yeah. And then Black Queen shoots over at you, Evan. Does a 15 hit your armor class?
That is my armor class.
Then it
so
hits
does that
it.
hit?
So that, yes, and that's a 3 points of damage for you with an energy blast from the Black Queen. The king is going at you, Wisteria. Does 13 hit your armor class?
No.
No. Okay, so they all did what they can do, and
Because
it is
I
now
got that
Wisteria's.
aura thing from, I have the 1 extra point, so...
Yep, so if you hadn't have been
Doesn't
there,
hit.
then that would have hit you, right? So,
Yeah.
so
Wait,
now
yes.
it is your
Wait.
turn, Wisteria, and you get advantage on your next roll because of Evan's defend action.
Wait, so is 15 the base armor class?
No, it's because you have
No.
your armor and a shield.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering because,
Yep.
like, okay.
Okay. So, I am going to... mend Evan.
Mend meaning heal him?
Yes, I'm gonna mend his wounds. I'm gonna heal
Okay.
him. So I rolled a 16 and an 18. I got some good rolls for my advantage.
So
And then
you
I roll a
definitely did a good, powerful
D6.
spell.
Yes. I rolled a 6 for points back.
So you get
So
6
you
hit points
gain
back.
6 points of health, Evan. Okay. And then the next two things I'm going to try and attack. So I'm gonna try to attack the queen that I hit before
Okay.
with the 5. I want to try to hit her again. And that was the Black Queen, I think, wasn't it?
Right.
Try to hit her. Does a 13?
Yes.
Okay. And 3 points of damage.
All right. And what are you trying to do?
I am shooting another flame burst
Yep. So
out of my staff.
flame comes out of your staff, hits into the queen, burns a hole. Again, it tries to pull them back together and then crumbles,
Okay.
and then
Who left?
the chess piece falls to the ground.
Okay.
And it's your turn. Or do you have any more actions?
I have one more.
Okay.
So we have one more king and one more queen left.
Yep.
Yeah.
White queen, black king.
Okay, so and does it at this point do I get a good feeling that the kings are attacking like physically and the queens are attacking magically?
That's what you get the feeling of. Yep.
Okay, is the black king far enough away that because I want to defend and give him disadvantage, but I want to do that by nature's binding him so that he
Okay.
can't move.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. So out
just-
of the end of my staff now comes like vines that shoot out and kind of tangle up around him and root him to the floor.
Awesome. Yeah, so you're not doing it to hold him, definitely. It's just enough to distract him so that he has disadvantage on whatever he tries to do next.
Yeah. Yes.
Got it. Perfect. Very good, very good. So like you see these vines grow out of the floor of the room and wrap around, and he's like trying to move but can't really do what he's trying to do. And Evan, it is your turn.
Okay. So that the whenever I like kicked the White Queen, did it do any it did do damage, right?
We already got that one taken care of.
Yeah, 3.
Okay. So
Yep.
wait,
Yep.
the White Queen's already dead?
No, you did
No.
the damage last time when it was your turn.
Oh.
So what do you want to do
Okay,
now
sorry.
is what I'm asking. Yeah.
So I wanna like dino shift into my dino form and put my sword up on my back.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack at the queen. So wait, was shifting a creative action?
Yeah, we said that it would be one of your actions because it does something special, so that's fine. So that's one action is the shift, and now you've got your next 2 actions, whatever you'd like to do.
So I would like to attack the queen.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
15 hits, and you're doing this with your claws?
Oh wait, I didn't add I didn't add this with my
Okay.
my proficiency. So 18 now, sorry.
Okay, 18 still hits, and you're doing this with your claws?
Yes.
Okay. So you're doing 1 attack or 2 attacks?
That was a 1. I got
so
a
the
1.
1
point
for
of
damage, right? Are you doing
okay.
2 attacks or 1 attack?
2 attacks.
Okay, roll for your second attack. This will be your last action.
I got a 15 in
That
total.
hits. And then roll your damage.
2.
She dissipates, tries to form back together. Ting, 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 ting. And the chess piece falls. Queen is down.
So
Long
wait,
live the
like
king.
whenever
The
they
king is up.
whenever they're down, is there like just a pile of like ash or mist?
No, it did.
Or
The
like-
mist all disappeared, like smoke, and then like it's gone, and then the chess piece is all that's left.
The little chess
I wanted
pieces
to.
on the ground.
I wanted to do this thing where I would grab like the queen by like the head and just shove them into the ground.
And then that's what made it go. Okay, yeah, you can
Yeah.
do that. Okay,
Okay.
all right. So the king, with an 18 to Wisteria, goes to club at you for 5 points.
He
of
had
damage.
disadvantage.
Oh,
Did he
disadvantage. That's right. He missed you completely with that disadvantage. Thank you for
Yes.
reminding me. Yeah.
Good job, mother.
And then
Wisteria.
and he's not able to move very well. And so it is now your turn.
Okay. I'm going to attack with a flame burst. Hopefully. I rolled a 12. Does that hit?
12 barely misses.
Okay. I'm going to try again.
Okay.
I rolled a 10. I'm changing dice.
You're getting your proficiency, right? Because you're doing spells, so you're adding your
Oh,
proficiency to
no.
your attacks. Right?
Sorry,
Yeah,
I didn't. So that 12 that I rolled earlier, I did not roll a proficiency with. So that should be a D4.
So then that would have hit because
Yeah. I rolled a 4. So that would have been a 16.
all right.
So
So-
now I'll roll my damage. 5 damage.
And it goes out, and then it is on the floor.
Oh, cool. So they're all down now.
They're all down, and you see a little twinkle over by the chessboard, and you hear
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Can we pick them up and go put them on the chessboard and replace them?
yes. So Ethan, you're out of frame, buddy. Let's bring you back in. I
Oh,
can't
sorry.
really see you.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
That was my fault.
So you have the pieces now. So what are you gonna do with the pieces?
Well, I'm gonna grab the black pieces and go on one side and put them on.
Okay, but where do you put them?
I'm going to put the queen on the black tile, like the brownish tile, and then the king on the white tile.
Okay.
Like how there are placed in chess.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I will do the same thing with the white pieces. The king will go on the D and the queen will go on the E.
Very good. And so when you do that, you hear the again, and the chessboard seems to be set the way it's supposed to be, and the room kind of feels a little bit more relaxed. They are back on the board, and a drawer in the game table itself slides open, and inside of that is another key. And you see the little twinkle, and it just kind of dissipates away.
All right, I'll pick that key up. This might work for something upstairs.
This game is just puzzles, and which is nice. I like puzzles.
All right, what would you like to do now?
Go up. Can we go upstairs?
Sure. Yeah, is that what you're going to do that too, Evan?
Yes.
All right, so as you go to the other side of the room, you start walking your way up the stairs, and it turns to a hallway. So you can see sort of a couple bedrooms on this side, but then you see across down that hallway another door, and it's up a couple steps before the door starts. So it seems to be heading in the direction of where the attic might be. But there are a couple bedrooms on either side, and then there's a door on that's the only one that seems to have like a raised doorway in this area.
Okay.
The rest of the doors are just regular on the same floor as you.
Okay. As we go by them, can we just open the bedroom doors real quick and kind of stick our heads in and see, do the doors open?
Yeah, so and actually most of them are already kind of a little bit ajar. You can kind of look in.
Just kind of poke our head in real quick.
Yeah, so you look through and you can kind of see, a nice bed and sort of a chest of drawers where people keep their clothing, and just a couple things that are normal for bedroom type things, like they have a wardrobe on one side, and you check the other room, it's similar, decorated slightly different, a couple pictures of family and things like that, like paintings and stuff, but it seems to be similar. You don't see or get a feel of any other weirdness from those rooms.
Yeah. Well, Evan, I think that we need to go to this door up here. It seems to be the only one that's heading up some. So I'll go up and try the doorknob first to see if it opens.
There's a lock, and it seems to be locked.
All right, I'll put in the key and turn it and see if it opens.
Opens.
Awesome. Open the door all the way. Stick my little torch in to see.
All right, so it seems to be going up pretty steep and a narrow set of stairs, so this seems to be like it might be the attic.
Okay.
You gonna head up, or are you gonna...
Yes. Head up the stairs. I think this is where we need to go.
Like Evan, where you were going to say, oh, you're just doing the... All right. So you head up the narrow stairs. When you get into it opens into a small attic, and it seems to be kind of dimly lit. There are a couple small windows that let sunlight into the attic from up here. And there's some boxes and crates that are stacked pretty much around the room wherever they are. But in one corner is a large trunk. And in fact, there's a faint glow, similar to the sparkly things that you've been seeing, that is drawing your attention over there.
I lift up the torch and I kind of look around the room and I hear the little noise and I see the trunk. Evan, I think this is what we've come for, over in the corner over here.
I'm just gonna like run over, like I'm gonna run over the thing, just like I just move like super fast, and I just like run over the thing. I have my hands on the
Trunk.
whoa, the trunk. I'm just like,
Okay.
and I just open it very slowly.
So it seems like once you get over there, you see on the trunk it seems to have a unusual lock. It does not have a keyhole for this lock. It seems to be that this lock
Ooh.
has buttons, and it has symbols on the buttons. And this is what was sparkling. The sparkle has now gone away when you are now in here, and you've noticed it.
Okay.
But it seems to have these symbols on each one of the buttons, and this lock is what is keeping the trunk from being opened. Now, as you roll a since Evan, you're right on it, so go ahead and roll a perception check for me, or investigation, whichever one you think is better.
I got a 10. I'm
Okay,
not
with a
proficient
10
in
being
either.
that's okay. With a 10, you being right up on it, you do notice out of the corner of your eye that it seems to be fallen maybe to the side or on the floor behind where the trunk is. There's this small roll of parchment that seems to be sort of kind of tucked behind the trunk now. And it's old, and it's tied with a double knotted string. And Ethan, if you can walk downstairs in our house and see what you can find on our chessboard, and then come back to your camera, that would be great. And we'll wait for you.
Okay. All right. I'll be right back in a second.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, for all of you, while we're waiting for Evan Dragonclaw to return, hope you guys are enjoying the game. We've been working on this for quite a while, so we appreciate the support. We appreciate all of you that have joined on Patreon, and for those of us that have been playtesting along the way. It's crazy to think we got people all over the world playtesting, so it's pretty nice to hear input. Aha!
Oh.
We've got something.
Ah.
All right. All right.
I found Squirtle.
What did you find?
Squirtle.
It's double knotted.
Yes.
You might just have
Can
to
you
slide
untie
it off
it?
instead of untie it. You might
You want
just
me to
have to
rip it
slide
off?
If you no, I'm if you're
Slide.
listening to what I'm saying in your headphones, just slide it off.
Oh.
We do not need ripping.
Yeah. What did you find?
Oh man. One, I changed shape but remained the same. I wax and wane without a flame. That sounds like a moon.
Okay.
Number 2, I reach toward the sky but also below. Through sun and rain, I live and grow. 3.
So these are the first two that you see, right?
3. I shine in the night but hide in the day, guiding the lost who've lost their way. So that's number 3. Number 4, I fly without wings, I cry without eyes, bringing shade as I cross the skies. Okay, so it sounds like number 1 is a moon. Number 2 is a tree, because they're tall, and they but they grow through like sunlight and rain. They feed off it. And number 4, I fly without wings, I cry without eyes, bringing shade as I cross the sky. So, basically what I think that's the cloud when they mean I fly without wings, because the clouds are in the air and they rain, and they also like whenever it's right over you, they like kind of dim the sky. And number 5, I don't know why there's a number 5.
There's none.
It's weird. I move forward but always look back. The path I follow is not a straight track. To find the key, you must rehearse the puzzle by thinking in. Huh. What does that mean? Move forward but always look back. The path I follow is not a straight track. So, I'm gonna try to put in the order that I think it's in. So for the first button I'm going to click the moon. Number 2, I'm going to click the tree. Number 3, I'm gonna click the star, and number 4, I'm gonna click the cloud.
Okay, so you push those. So you push those buttons. So you push what buttons again? So you start with.
So I start with the moon. Then I start with the tree. Or then the next one is the tree. Then the next one after that, star, and then the one after that is the cloud.
Okay, so if you click all of these, you wait for a second. Nothing happens.
What does number 5 say again?
I move forward, but always look back. The path I follow is not a straight track. To find the key, you must rehearse and solve the puzzle by thinking in.
Reverse. Reverse.
Oh, it's in reverse. So it's gonna be the cloud, star, tree, and then moon. Cloud, star, tree, moon.
Push them in. You hear the whistle, you hear the tingly sound, and then as the symbols fall into place, the lock opens and it reveals a lore book within. And the air around you seems to shift as if the house itself lets out a sigh of relief. And you now hold in your hands Rowan's lore book, and its pages must be filled with forgotten tales. And a brief sparkle of light appears, and a soft whistle congratulates you.
Oh, thanks.
Slightly you see this little bright floating mist come before you and then twinkle away into the house itself.
Did you see that, Evan? That was amazing. Yeah. That was awesome. Okay, so this is what we came for. We did it.
No, this is what we came for. Scroll.
No,
I'm kidding.
Scroll.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, now we can head back to Guardians headquarters. Well, I got to pick up my book on the way out, but other than that, we can head back.
Tell me first, what do you want to do and handle before we get to headquarters and bring the lore book back?
I would like to head back to the library and go over and talk to Luca again, and just say, tell him, hey, it was really great meeting you. We enjoyed our talk earlier, and I know that you mentioned that you were having trouble remembering things. So I have this bow this ribbon I'm gonna pull out of my off of my ear, and I'm gonna wrap it around his wrist, and I'm gonna double knot it, and then I'm gonna say the rhyme again. Tie a knot, double knot, and you won't forget what you got. Yeah, what you've got. And I'm gonna say that to him, and I'm gonna say, if you'll keep this on and you'll keep it tied, double knotted, you won't forget as much as what you've been forgetting.
His eyes kind of go, oh, thank you, Miss Flufferton. Thanks, Evan.
You're welcome, dear.
I gotta go water the plants. And he starts running toward the house.
Because he finally remembers what he's supposed to be doing.
He finally remembered what he was supposed to do.
Oh, because the frights were the memory frights. So once we banished them from the realm, he finally remembered.
And then I would like to go into the library and talk with the librarian again, and pick up my book and just whisper to him and say, thank you for helping us on our mission.
Thank you. You may take this and return it at the library at the Royal Academy. No need to come back unless you wish to. Always wonderful to see you, but I don't want to bother you with another trip if you don't need it.
Well, that's very generous of you. Thank you.
Romeo wants to be YouTube famous right now. He's in my room right now.
All right.
So then I guess, Evan, I
Evan.
think that, is there anything else you'd like to do here in town before we go?
Not really.
Okay. So when it came to spreading the message, learning more important secrets or ancient stories, were you helping people
Yes.
work together, make any friends with a Bright, and get its help on a mission? Harmony badge, maybe you help solve a disagreement. What are the things that you did for spreading the message?
The lore keeper badge, because we got the lore book from Uncle Rowan.
Yep.
That was we retrieved that. So I think that's the only one. Oh, also Bright Whisperer badge. We made friends with a Bright and gained its help during a mission. So I think
Awesome.
that.
Very good. Yeah, at least you had some kind of contact with it. You're not really sure
Yeah.
who the Fright was yet, or the Bright, I mean. That's good. What about the reconnect with the elders?
We did a wise mentor badge, maybe. We met an elder mentor who guided us and taught us a valuable lesson.
Excellent.
Also, I think the Elder's Lore badge we also got because he told us about, he gave us a heads up about the forgetting frights, like the frights that make you forget things. I don't see
Yes.
anything else, really.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's it for the reconnect with the elders.
Yeah.
All right. Protecting the realm. What do we have?
Okay.
Did you defend
I
a place
definitely
from
think-
Frights?
Yes, we
Yes.
very much did.
One of those
It may-
definitely in there. The healing touch is probably
Yeah,
a
we
badge
definitely.
that
I
was
did the
earned.
healing touch thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we only
Yeah.
got 4 badges this time. That's quite
We
a bit.
definitely did not move stealthily since doors were being kicked down and
Yeah,
whatnot.
I think kicking the door didn't
That was not
really,
me.
didn't work for stealth. But I will say that great job. Did a good job pulling this together. I love the fact that you were able to work together as a team. You came up with some creative options for making sure that you could be tactical and think things through. So another adventure in the book. So thanks everybody for watching. We really appreciate you taking the time with us, and we will see you again next time. Thanks everybody.